Hi guys. I'm doing my vlog. How you going? I hope you're good. I am in the car. Oh, this is not very comfortable. As you can see, it's my little haven away from the children. It's the car. So I've been coming into the car in the garage to get work done. So right now, I've been doing a bunch of writing for your Zen Mama. Sarah and I are doing a little secret project. And I have been having to come into the car to get writing done because there's just too much distraction in the house. Even when all three are in there and they're hanging out with Mark or Isaac or my mum, if I'm in the house and they find me, it's me they want to be with. So I think that if I'm in the car, they don't know that I'm in here, so I can actually get some work done, which is what I'm doing now. I just passed the baby off to Mark. She is really cute because she's going through this little stage where she's just mama's girl. Needs to be in arms with mama, needs to be with mama at all times, on mummy's body, breastfeeding, just snuggling, wants to be with me constantly, which I find really sweet. But Mark has been really bummed out about it. And yesterday he was like, well, this is just like par for the course with our babies. Like they just become obsessed with mum at a certain age, and then it doesn't stop until they're about 3. And then they suddenly start to realize that, oh, they have a father as well. So we were laughing about that yesterday, but it kind of is the pattern of the children. You know, they're so young when they're just first born, they're so little, they'll go with anyone. And then around 8 weeks is when the preference comes in, and the preference is usually mummy. But I said to Mark, you don't have boobs, you don't breastfeed. Obviously, they're going to want to be with me more at that point. And I'm just so in sync with her. I spend so much time with my babies that I just know what she likes. I know how she wants to be soothed. If she's crying, I know exactly what to do. She loves being bounced. She loves movement. She is a baby that loves to be in arms. And I had someone say recently, well, sometimes they cry because they're having too much stimulation or they're being held too much. And I was like, look, not my babies. My babies want to be held. They love movement. Forrest was a little bit different in that he's so independent that actually he rarely cried. He just was happy to have a little bit of breast milk and then go back to sleep. Whereas with Poet, she is fussier. So she wants to be on the boob all the time. And if she's awake, she wants to be on the boob. Sometimes we're having these periods of time where she doesn't need to be on the boob, but, you know, we're playing with her and she's smiling with us, we're connecting in with her, she's cooing away, and that's kind of her playtime. So she's been really enjoying that. We've all had colds this week, as you can hear from my voice. Forrest has got like some rank cold and snot and all the things. Bodhi has unwashed hair. He's got a mat at the back of his head, which I'm going to tackle tonight. But it's funny. It's just like the things that you prioritize when you have 3 now. And I have had such a busy week and have all these deadlines for work coming up, as well as having 3 kids, as well as Mark needing to go to the gym every day, which is his therapy. And we have Isaac. So Mark's doing all the Isaac drop-offs and pickups to school. And Isaac goes to a school so far away from our house that Mark's just basically unavailable for most of the day because of the Isaac pickups and drop-offs. So it's just me with the kids and my mum, who's amazing, but it's almost like she's a little afraid of the baby. The baby cries and my mum gets anxious and doesn't know what to do. So usually she's best hanging out with Forrest, like reading books and whatever. He loves that. So it's just been juggling this week. So much juggling, a lot going on. not only have I been trying to work so much, I've also been trying to keep the house clean. And tonight I'm like, all right, both boys have to be in the bath, hair washed, teeth brushed, and in bed by 7 because they've been having these later bedtimes. It doesn't get dark until 9 o'clock here in LA right now for whatever reason. Well, obviously there is a reason for that, but we're so used to having it start to get dark around 5 o'clock in Adelaide. So I think the boys have just been really wired and not wanting to go to bed early. So tonight I'm going to just try and hit them with a super early bedtime and hope that adjusts their body clock to just a couple of hours, just so that they're falling asleep by 7:30 as opposed to falling asleep by 8:45. I think that'll be helpful. So yeah, we have a really exciting thing coming up. So on Tuesday, Crazy Palmer over here has decided that we're going on an RV trip. So we're going on a road trip across country. And we just hired one that sleeps 7 people. We are going to have 7 people in there. It's going to be my mum and me and Mark and the 4 kids. And I'm pumped. I'm so excited. I've probably talked about this before, but I love a road trip. And I feel like Mark and I really get to use that time to connect and have long chats. And I'm actually going to be utilizing the time to write because I have this deadline coming up in about 8 days. And I'm just going to sit next to Mark as he drives the RV, and I'm going to write away, and we're going to chat, listen to podcasts, and kids are going to all be in the back hanging out, doing their thing. And I'm really, really excited about it. We haven't done a big family trip like this in a long time. And we did go camping when Bodhi was about 5 weeks old. We hired a little RV and we took my mom and Isaac. And so this is, years on. And here we are with 2 added children and a much bigger RV, and we're going to go for a longer period of time. So we'll be going for about 9 days. My next video will be from the road, which is really cool. And so this week has been great here in LA. Like I said, just figuring it all out, lots of juggling. Poet has been sleeping so well. She loves being swaddled. She definitely is a baby that loves to be swaddled. Forrest, again, was not. Bodhi was. So, yeah, it's been interesting just as she's getting older and having all this time with her. I think I wrote about it in my blog. I've just been reflecting on the past few years and just how fast everything's gone, and I'm now a mother of 3, and that really blows my mind. We caught up with a friend the other day, and he was like, I remember when I met you in 2012 and you were riding in my car and you said to me, honestly, the only thing I want to do in my life is have a bunch of children. And he was like, and here you are. And so that was really nice to be reminded of that. And it's funny that this is my reality. I have all these beautiful kids, and it's chaotic and messy and non-stop. We don't have a minute to ourselves, but I love it. I thrive in this kind of environment, and people think I'm crazy that I'm like, we're all getting in an RV and we're going to drive across country, but it's just my spirit and it's the way I am, and my kids love it. So we're having these adventures and making memories, and that's so meaningful to me. But yeah, I've been really thinking about Forrest and just how different he is from the other 2. He's just Mr. Independent, and it's so easy. He just loves to go off into the playroom and play. He would play for hours if we let him on his own. He plays with Bodhi constantly, so they're the best of friends. But he'll have periods in the play where he's just like, I'm going to go play on my own. And Bodhi feels so rejected and needs to have his playmate. Bodhi's one of those kids that loves playing with people. And Forrest could take it or leave it. If it's Bodhi, great. Other kids, he'll play with them. But he also just really is so imaginative and uses his mind to create these little worlds that he immerses himself in. And I love that. It's so cool. And I wonder if it's because he just kind of very much like that Jean Lidloff book. The name escapes me now. Oh my gosh, the name escapes me. I'll write about it in the blog. Where it's all about bringing the children with you. You continue doing your life, the children strapped on, and you just go about your day. And I feel like Forrest really had that experience with me. He was just in the carrier, and I was going about doing play dates for Bodhi, extracurricular activities, doing all the things that we had going on for Bodhi, and Forrest just came along for the ride, and he was just there. And I think in a way it's helped him to become really independent, because he didn't just have all of me to himself from the start. He always had to share me. He didn't know any different. The book's called The Continuum Concept by Jean Lidloff. I really recommend it. It's very, very interesting. But I think that's given Forrest, this gift of independence, which is just wonderful. And I've been really thinking about that a lot. And I'm having so much time with Poet because the boys are hanging out constantly and always wanting to do things and not needing me to play with them. Even if I come in, I'm like, let's build a cubby. Let's, what are you guys doing? I'll be the dino. They're like, it's okay, Mum. We're playing. We're good. So it's really different. I feel like a first-time mum again. I'm just all this time, all these minutes and hours with her, just staring at her and having all this beautiful space to fall in love with her. And it's just been really magical, actually. And it's cool that she's a female because I haven't had a little girl yet, and I haven't really noticed much of a difference. I mean, they've all got different personalities. But there is something really lovely about just being reminded of that mother-daughter bond. And I have it so strong with my mother, with my own mother. And I love that I'm getting all this time to look her in her eyes and know that we're the little females in the house together. And she really, oh gosh, when she looks at me, it feels like she's looking into my soul. It's really quite profound and beautiful. And yeah, I can't believe I'm a mother. I have 3 kids. Well, I have 4 kids, really. I don't always like to claim Isaac as my own because it is a team effort with him. There's 4 parents with him. So I probably have a lot less responsibility, but I'll still claim him as one of mine. He's a beautiful boy, and just having so many children is such a trip. It's been really an adventure, and having them all in the house is so much more washing and way more mess, and I'm having to be on top of making sure the kids are cleaning up after themselves because I just can't pick up after everyone and make sure people have made beds and done their homework, and I can't do it without their help as well. So I feel like it's been this really cool joint effort since we've been back, and it seems to be working in the chaotic way that it is, but it is working, so that feels really good. My husband's signaling at me. I'm not sure if he needs me for Poet, probably. Anyway, so next week I'll be talking to you from the road, and I'm sending lots of love to you guys. Mwah! I will talk to you then. Okay, bye.